Legend, we got a banger for you today. I'm going to show you what I believe to be the most broken PvP build for Wizard ever made in Diablo Immortal. It is insane, but before we go into it, please do me a small favor, drop the like and subscribe button, because it tells me and my wife analytically that you guys want to see more and you guys are enjoying the content. So let's dive into it, because I had so much fun yesterday on the stream. Ice Armor, this is the first skill. It's going to give you Invisibility Cloak, that's going to allow you to pretty much be near your enemies without, much threat. Then the other one is going to be the Arcane Wind that we're going to use for CC, the Meteors that he has an insane range, and then we're going to use the slow time to boost our damage and reduce our cooldowns. Now on the ances, well, this is where the magic happens. We have obviously still the Terminus Facade. Whenever you have your slow time up, it's going to decrease your cooldowns and also it's going to increase your movement speed. Very strong. On the chest piece, well, we are going to have the increased radius of the Meteor, and it is so strong. Not only increases the range, also increases the damage whenever it is awakened. Then on the shoulders, we are using, after casting, it's gonna give you a 90% more damage, and this is so great because like you want to go for the one-shot Meteor build, and for that you're gonna need way more damage, and pretty much you're gonna build it almost in a PvE way because you're gonna be really safe with invisibility. Then we have the new pants that allow this build, which is the Binding Forces. Now the Meteor is gonna empower you and it's gonna start dropping like these huge meteors. So whenever you see me, like, look at this range. This range is absolutely insane. You're literally on the other side of the map and you're gonna be able to pretty much just kill everyone. It is very good for free to play and I love it. Now you have here another Inferno 8 ances, which is the ossified Chromatera. Whenever you have the slow time up, it's gonna increase your skill damage by 22.8%. Super strong. Then we are using the Arcane Wind that's going to conjure a storm that is going to grow over time and apply a lot of CC. And this is going to be great because you're going to apply here the CC. Everyone is going to be dragged here, and then you're just going to keep spamming your meteors in the middle and doing a lot of damage. Like, look at the radius of this bad boy. It is absolutely insane. Then we have here the other one, which is going to be another Inferno 8 ances. Like, this build is full of Inferno 8, which is the Grip Bulk. This one's gonna give you an invisibility cloak that it will only reveal yourself if the enemy gets close. So for example, if this guy here is inside this circle, he will actually see me, but if I was outside, he can actually not see me. So you have to be very careful, even though they can actually see you through the minimap. Okay, so if it is a skilled player, probably is going to be looking at the minimap here at the top, and if he sees the red dots, you got to be careful because they are probably, over the time, as people start getting more used to this build, they will start chasing for you. So they cannot see you on the screen, but they will be able to see you on a minimap. And if you spam very fast, you're going to be able to have it still at the 100% uptime, which is really good. And then we are using the Withering Eye, which is gonna apply this reduction of the movement speed, which is really nice. So basically you're gonna put your slow time, then you're gonna have your invisibility, and pretty much you're just gonna like keep spamming like your everything. You're just gonna keep spamming everything, and as you guys can see, like, they are gonna be in CC, they're gonna be slow, and they're gonna be just taking a lot of damage and becoming extremely powerful. So now let's go here into the set items. On the set items, there is probably like multiple ways that you can build these. I built to have the biggest amount of damage possible. So we are using the Banquets of Ice, which is gonna increase 15% of your damage whenever they have continuous damage effects. And in Battlegrounds, pretty much everyone has it. Also, you have the Running Consequence, and you have the Blood Flow, or you have the, imagine like the Viper Sting, or any kind of dot, even from your players from your party or your raid inside the Battleground will trigger this. Then we are using here 4 pieces Feasting Barons. So the Feasting Barons will increase the 30% of the chill effects or the burns and these dots, and also is gonna increase 20% whenever people are suffering from loss of control. And because you're just always gonna be applying this slow, they will always be, with some loss of control, which is really nice. Then, of course, we're gonna have the 2 pieces features, so we extend the duration of our slow time and our Meteor, but also our legendary gems. So very cool setup. When it comes to the legendary gems, well, I am building it like just like I'm building almost as a PvE build, because you guys are gonna see from the gameplay my positioning. It is pretty much you cannot get caught. Okay, you gotta keep the distance and you're gonna be protective about your defensive playstyle, but at the same time you want to output as much damage as you can from very far away. So for this we actually went with the spectral glass, which is gonna increase our damage by 20% and apply 2% crit chance. We gonna have the blood flow to have more damage, more crit damage, and also to apply the bleed. Obviously, we are using the falter grass because you not only you want to be able to apply the slow, but you also want to prevent them from using the dashes to get out of the slow. So super strong, still, like in my opinion, S tier, 1-star in the game. Then you have the Colossus engine, skill damage. It's self-explanatory. You have the Bloodsoaked Jade, more damage, and also the movement speed. Then we have the running consequence for the burn, critical hit chance, really strong. We are even using here the Entropic Well for skill damage and also skill attack speed, very strong. And then the other one, it is gonna be the Surging Sea, because you can actually just keep stacking. Like inside the Battlegrounds, pretty much you're always like just spamming the skills, and it's gonna be like super easy for you to have the Surging Sea. Okay, like you're just gonna be like, this is like literally the playstyle, as you guys are gonna be able to see. It is very good. If you guys have any other options that you can put here, you can, even though I don't really recommend, you can probably go with something like the Berserker Eye, or if you want to go with a more dot base, if you want to be a bit more defensive, you can go with the Black Rose. But the thing is that the Black Rose will only immobilize them if you actually get attacked, and most of the times you're not gonna get attacked, so he actually, you know, is not that useful here. The Berserker Eye is gonna increase your damage, but also it's gonna make you take 5% more damage, and it's a bit tricky. Pain of Subjugation, also very good choice. It's going to increase 16% against them and enemies from suffering loss of control, and you're going to be applying. You can also go with the Misery Elixir to extend, you know, your slows and everything by 24%. You can use even the Morn Skull, but the problem with the Morn Skull is that you need to be near some targets, and a lot of times you're just a bit in the range, and like that the damage boost is not going to be that perfect. Then you have the Everlasting to apply the dot. You have the Crimson that you can also apply. Bottle Hope, even like the Bloody Reach, very good because of the distance. Like, what do we have here? Starfire. There's like so many options that you guys can go. Even like Fervent's Fang. Just build it like a PvE, you know, mage, and you're gonna be completely fine. So now let's go here into the Paragon. Whenever it comes to the Paragon, I still like it, you know, I don't go like, for example, with the Slinger or something like that, because I still feel like I am still a wizard, and like that I will still benefit a lot from actually doing extra damage. So like this, I still want to have the cheat that it comes very clutch sometimes whenever you want to hold the idol, or you just want to be able to survive a bit longer, which is really nice. Then we are using the Grizzly Veteran, which is going to increase our damage by 4%. Every time that you're going to kill an enemy, you're going to have this 12% boost on top of it, super strong. And this, I feel like the Swift Strikes, it is so good. You can have up to 15% attack speed whenever you keep getting these kills, and like that, because most of the times you're just not gonna die. It is very good. And this other one, every time that you defeat a player, you're gonna have this critical hit chance keep stacking up to 15%. So again, as guys, you keep playing defensively, it is gonna be very good. You're also gonna have here the Soul Harvest. There's multiple options. There's Soul Harvest. There's also the Death Release that is gonna create these explosions that if you guys want, you can also go for it. Or there is the Curse of Weakness. Personally, I kind of think that the Curse of Weakness, it is most likely the best to help your party. Or if you just want, I don't care about my party, I just want to go like full damage, go with the Death Release. I think they are pretty good. Personally, I like the Curse of Weakness because I'm gonna be in range, and whenever I'm gonna be assisting the idol, imagine this is the idol, right, and my Crusader or my Barbs are there, I'm gonna be able to just like, you see the range of this, it's so crazy. So go and choose whatever Paragon you want. Personally, I usually go with it. Now let's go here into the substats. Obviously, the substats when it comes to the PvP, I will say that the most important ones will be skill cooldown reduction and damage to players, which these ones are very good. You can actually go with it. For example, here on the gloves, I will probably re-roll this full life 7.5 to, for example, damage to loss of control to make it like literally just perfect for PvP. Then you have also the movement speed, but overall skill cooldown reduction, damage to players, it is the way to go. And obviously whenever you are here talking about the boots and also the belt, you want to go with the beneficial effect duration. On your bracelets, you want to go with damage taken from players is reduced up to 2%. Okay, these are very good sub items. And then the rest, when it comes to building it up like your character, it is all about attack speed, skill damage, crit damage, and also do not forget that you're still gonna need to have at least 2 out of 4 the slow time, so you can keep up your slow time 100% uptime, because whenever you do, if you spam your skills, everything gets reduced, and like that you're gonna be able to maintain your invisibility at 100% uptime. Still very strong. Then you also have the Arcane Wind. I took the Arcane Wind over the Meteor because you also have the Meteor that it actually can increase 8% of the damage, but personally I think like having an increased range of the CC area, it is just more beneficial than just adding some extra damage taken, because I believe that I already have so much damage on this build that it is absolutely insane, and like that bringing a bit more utility, I think it is more beneficial for you to be impactful on the team. So here the same thing, I had to go with the utility for the slow time instead of the Meteor, and exactly for the same reasons. If you guys can still manage to get like some Meteor affixes along the way, it is still like very good, and the rest is just about this. When it comes to the runes, well, obviously try to go with the ones that gonna give you the skill cooldown reduction. The oath is very good. You're also gonna have here the zoo, and you're also gonna have like this one, the feed. Okay, this one here is very interesting because the loss of control durations affected the enemies are gonna be increased the duration whenever you're gonna crit them, and because you're a wizard and you're gonna have a lot of kills and a lot of crit, you're gonna be able to increase the durations of those shield effects. So very strong overall. Like these runes are just the way to go. Usually the orange ones are always gonna be the best ones. And whenever it comes here to the cursed set items, well, we are not using the torture anymore because we actually don't have the teleport, so we are actually going with the 6 pieces the tested, and you can actually go with the 2 pieces of trophy. I think maybe I have an item that doesn't have the trophy, but 6 pieces the tested is gonna be very good because it's gonna apply, you know, an area, a void beneath all the enemies, and all the enemies that are on top of them is gonna have this damage increase up to 12%. Like this, again, we want to go for that one-shot mechanic, or like even if you don't kill a one-shot, it may be like 2-shot or even 3-shot, but you want to output as much damage as possible, as high as possible, and because of that, all these things are gonna help you. Whenever it comes here to the charm, well, I don't have a Meteor charm, but as long as he has the Meteor or even the Arcane Wind, is gonna be completely fine. For the Reforges, well, I still like to go a bit more defensive, but I believe that maybe there is a way that you can actually make it even more offensive if you want. So I am using here damage to loss of control. Again, you're applying the slow, so this is gonna apply to all of them. Then you have damage to players up to 1.5%, and whenever you multiply by 8, we're talking about 12%, right? Like, it's a lot of damage increase, and a lot of people sleep on this one. Then I'm using the beneficial effect duration to increase our buffs. Damage to taken while suffering loss of control, it is decreased, and damage taken from players, it is also decreased. I usually go with the jolt because it works for every class, and I believe that sometimes having like some defensive thing, it is still good, but you probably can go just like full damage if you want, because you're gonna be in a very safe position, and it also is gonna work. Here on your Helliquary, please do not forget to always have your demonic remains with only 42 annual power, so like that you're gonna be able to boost it, but as long as you also keep your high combat rating demonic remains, so you can push the challenge rifts and the raids. This is also very important. So now let's go into the fun stuff, which is the gameplay, where I'm gonna try to teach you more or less the playstyle that you usually want to go for. So if you already played the CC wizard in the past, you know that you want to play a bit more passive. You want to keep like your distance, because you want to be able to apply these Arcane Winds, to apply the CC, to apply the control. But the thing is, like, now because of the invisibility, you can actually play slightly more aggressive and go near them because they are not gonna see you, but they are actually gonna be able to see you through the minimap. So if it is probably a good player, you need to have in mind, because they are always gonna be looking at the minimap. But sometimes, like in the middle of the chaos of the fight, it is really hard. So as you guys can see here, I am like very near them. Then the Tempest sees me in the map, he's trying to engage on me, but I just do like a lot of damage, and I'm actually be able to kill them. And one of the things that this build, and why I think like this build it is so absolutely broken, is because it actually solves the issue that the CC wizard had. The CC means crowd control, where we only had, you know, CC, not a lot of damage, but now this adds a tremendous amount of damage plus the crowd control, which I believe it makes like absolutely banger. You have attack power, you have defensive power, and you have crowd control. So you literally, this build is checking all the boxes. The only box that it doesn't check, it is the mobility. So for example here, this is a perfect situation where I'm saying that you gotta be careful, because if they catch you, especially this guy with a barb, well, with the chains and all these things, you're most likely gonna be dead. But it's very the time that I actually die, because I just keep my range and I keep them always in CC, and it's just great, man. Like, it is absolutely a great build to play. And that's just it. Like, you can literally just hold the idols, you freeze the idols, you can do AoE tremendous. Like, if they even try to push the idol, they're gonna be on CC, they're gonna be able to get like all this damage. And one of the things also very important about this Meteor is that the Meteor, it has a stacking ability that if you go here into the skills, for every time that you hit the target, it keeps increasing the damage that they take up to 60%. So if it's like someone a bit more tanky, well, they actually, you know, they're gonna start taking more damage. So as you guys can see, we're having a pretty good match here. There's also like more that I want to show you. For example, here on the second match, that you guys are gonna be able to see how insane is this range. Okay, so we go here into the entrance. As you guys can see, I keep like spamming DCC. They cannot even get out, and while they are trying to get out, they are just like getting spammed like with these meteors. There's literally nothing they can do. The range, it is absolutely insane. And as we're gonna keep progressing here, look at this. Look at this play. Boom. wait, we don't stop here. Boom. And we go. Look at the range. Look at the range that I'm at. They are trying to run like 127 mil. Look at these crits. 200,000 damage. Look, 250,000 damage. And they are just trying to run away from you, and you're literally attacking them from the other side of the map. Now they are trying to go into your idol. You're just gonna be able to prevent them from coming. There's this druid, this immunity to crowd control, so you gotta be a bit safe. There's someone here trying to engage from the back, but pretty much just gonna get caught. He's not gonna be able to do anything. And now, what do you want to do? You actually want to always try to play like a bit far away from the idol, so you're like a backliner. Is very different from the play style of the battle mage. And yeah, just keep like killing them all, and keep trying to push them and trying to prevent them and zoning them from the idol. As you guys can see here, boom, double meteor. killing them. 200. Oh my god, it's just like it's an absurd amount of damage. And I don't even have like the craziest amount of stats. It's just like this build, and because the way I build the build, it is so offensive, and it has like so much damage output that you are able like to pretty much like one shot or two shot everyone. And look at this, look at the range. It is absolutely insane. They are trying to run away, but they just get CC. You're preventing them from even coming to the idol. Whenever they come to the idol, they are already dead. The damage is just super broken. Super broken like this. We're gonna win this match. Of course, there's like many other matches. I just want to show you also here another example of another match that in a position that is actually very naughty to do. So if you position yourself here in front of the stairs, you're just gonna be spamming your Arcane Wind and your meteors around this area. And a lot of players, because that's what I was trying to tell you, like a lot of players, they they are not gonna come here to the Helliquary push. They are always gonna go to the left or the right, and because you're invisibility, and because sometimes there's like a lot of dots here, they will not even realize that you are like right in front of the stairs. Okay, so you just stay here, you spam your buttons, and you're just like doing a lot of damage. Like as long as they come out. And you have enough range to actually hit this idol, and you also have enough range to hit the other idol, and this is like actually the major issue that you know, this map has, right? Like the CC wizard with these arcane winds, they are like extremely powerful, and they have managed to just one wizard itself. You can actually block the whole lane or block the stairs. So. Yeah, here I went here. I should not have done this. I actually just I procced my savior for as a mistake, but we're still gonna get the kill because we still had the Arcane Wind going on, and I just wanted to show you that positioning, and you guys gonna be able to see and say, oh, Indez. But this feels like you guys are playing on the, you know, on the newbies. No, I'm not. Okay. I am playing, what is my rating right now? My rating right now, I am Legend, I am 3.1, almost 3,200. I have not been playing a lot, but we are Legend rank, okay? And I am playing around my resonance. Okay, I got like 2,000 resonance very recently. These are my substats, and here on your substats I want to say also something very important is that you really don't need to go like super high on armor, like it's not like that interesting, or even the resistance, but try to go as maximum as you can here with the armor and armor pen. But I still like to have like something a bit more balanced, especially the resistance, because if you get CC or something, it's gonna be really nice to get you off. And the other thing that I want to show you is that, because you might say, oh, I want to see you playing these, you know, whale lobbies, because you're just showing me, you know, how do you play versus. I gotta be cautious. How do you play versus, like, you know, people around your resonance and all these things? Obviously we're gonna dominate because we have a mid-maxed account, and that's the thing. Even if you play on your mid-max account, you're actually gonna be able to you know, to just outperform everyone around your resonance and on your stats, but just because, you know, if you get that 20 or 30% more damage, it's gonna be really good. So this is the whale lobby, and why I love this build and why it's so free-to-play friendly is because you're gonna be able to add so much utility to support your whales. That's like the major important thing. Just gotta be careful here with these monks. You gotta be very careful with them, but as you see, the monk is trying to go here into the idol, and you are still able to do damage to them. Like it's just, you see, playing very safe, supporting the whales, but while still doing a lot of damage. And like this, you're gonna be able to just keep pushing, keep pushing, and that's your role. Your role is not to actually carry the game, even though you're gonna be like super impactful. It's all about positioning, and it is all about, even though you have invisibility, you literally want to still maintain and be safe. Also, another really nice area that you can play here, it is around here the center whenever there is no boss, because it's gonna allow you to almost like hit both of the lanes. I don't know if I'm gonna do here on this match, because here I'm just like literally adding support to my idol. We are pushing really well. There's like 3 or 4 people from, you know, the whales for the other team, and and we are just crushing it. We are absolutely just crushing. We are pushing it. They are trying to come for me, but you know, it is hard. It's hard because they actually need to hug you. They need to like literally go on top of you, and you're near your team, so your team can actually add some support. And like this, I was just able to push, and I did this on multiple matches, and that's the great thing. The great thing, and at the end, like what I want to finish this video on, is that if you play with a very defensive style, and also at the same time also applying an aggressive style, you're gonna be able to perform really well as a free-to-play player, or a low resonance, or a low spender at the high tier legend, just because this allows you to bring CC, allows you to bring damage, and allows you to, above all, not dive in. Because like the battle mage, the problem is, yeah, you can add the knockups, but a lot of times for you to do damage, you had to go like near, you had to teleport on them, and you were always like in such a risky position, which most of the times you were actually you know, be in danger and die a lot of times. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I showed a lot of gameplays. I'm gonna be playing also on my live stream. Yesterday I played on my live stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Every time I found like something like really broken, I want to share it with the legends. So guys, if you guys are still here, don't forget to drop the cheese in the comments so I know that you guys are the legends. Keep carrying the channel. And this, thank you for watching, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace. And before that, go watch the next video.